Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
Are you sick of looking at Netflix and you don't know what to watch?
So many movies out there, you don't know which ones are good, which ones were bad.
You curious about what's out there?
I'm Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler.
This is The Best Pictures.
The ones you don't want to miss.
Get it.
Say hello to my little friend.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Winners go home and prom queen.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I don't deserve this. Deserves got nothing to do with it. No sequel for you.
No, Art Carney was in that.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of The Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
Hey, and I'm Don Tretler. Welcome to the show. Glad you guys showed up. We've taken a little bit of a hiatus with the show, and we're coming back at you, and we're doing a little play on words here. So not only are we going to be Best Pictures, we're going to be Best Pitchers, and we're going to talk about some baseball
Yes.
today.
So it has been a little while since we have done a show, and a couple of, I would say, acting icons have passed. Ray Liotta died, about a month ago now?
Right.
Possibly. At 67, relatively young.
Right.
I know that he did have a smoking problem because he started doing those like patch commercials or whatever because he actually was a client or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually. I didn't hear an actual cause of death. He died in his sleep in the middle of a film shoot down in Central America.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, two iconic roles that I could think of. Obviously, first Henry Hill in Goodfellas, which I actually just watched recently. He also plays Shoeless Joe Jackson in Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people forget that he's in that.
Is he Shoeless Joe, or is it, oh, shit. I should remember his name. I met him.
You're thinking of D.B. Sweeney, aren't you?
Yeah.
He's Shoeless Joe in Eight Men Out. Ray Liotta's Shoeless Joe in Field of Dreams.
Right, okay, all right.
Two really good baseball movies, so
Yeah.
love both of those movies.
I got to know Ray Liotta through the movie. It's called Something Wild. And Melanie Griffith was
like
really huge
early
at the time.
80s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Early to mid 80s. Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't.
And then I think it's Jeff Daniels, which was the next big Jeff Daniels role after Terms of Endearment.
Yeah.
So he was starting to catch on. So these two as a pair. And then Ray Liotta was kind of like the heavy. I had never seen him before, and he jumps off the screen.
Yeah. Oh, very, very talented. Never nominated for an Oscar. It just
Wow.
absolutely surprised me that he's never been nominated.
And you and I have talked about him before because you introduced me to a lot of Ray Liotta movies. You said, hey, I've got all these. It must have been at least
Oh, yeah.
4 movies that I had never seen him in. And the movies, although I don't think the movies were so great, it's got Ray Liotta, which is like totally watchable. It's kind of like there's several people that are like that can kind of, there's more, but they can really elevate a film.
Yeah.
For instance, in my opinion, anything Denzel Washington's.
I was thinking of him.
He could do crap. And it could be a crappy movie. He elevates it,
That's funny because I just watched, what's the one in New Orleans? With him and Val Kilmer.
Oh, shoot.
Deja Vu.
Right.
Deja Vu. And that wasn't a very good movie. But he's great in it, he makes you keep watching it. I own it. And it was on TV, and I just watched it. I was like, it's not bad,
Right.
It's not like watching Rocky IV.
Yeah.
But Colin just flipped me off.
So
But
the second icon that you mentioned before, just a matter of days ago that died, was James Caan. Who, a couple of iconic roles.
His most iconic role has got to be Sonny.
Definitely.
Sonny Corleone from The Godfather.
Oh, yeah.
But one that actually I didn't realize at the time when I saw it was a TV movie was he played Brian Piccolo in Brian's Song.
Yeah.
And I think Billy D. Williams was Gale Sayers.
Right.
And I saw that when I was younger. That was actually a really, really good movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously very sad movie. But what about Misery?
Misery, right.
One of the most famous scenes I mean, the most famous scene in that movie is definitely when she puts the log in between his ankles, and then she takes a sledgehammer, and oh my God, talk about crazy.
Right.
But that was really good.
And the other big one was he played Will Ferrell's father in Elf.
And Elf, yes.
But tell me, this drives me crazy. I was thinking he died. To me, James Caan, been around forever, like you say. Those roles, those couple of roles, iconic roles.
Yeah.
It seems like he was in a lot of stuff. The other movie that comes to mind for me, you may not have seen this. It was the first Wes Anderson movie, Bottle Rocket, with Owen
and Luke
and
Wilson,
Luke
right?
Wilson,
I think
yeah.
I did see that a long time ago. I
was-
don't remember him in it.
He was kind of like the crime boss. He was the guy that they had kind of plotted their crime. I think it's a robbery in the movie with him.
Did you ever see Las Vegas at all?
No.
There was a show on NBC. I think he was like the casino manager. It was him and Josh Duhamel. What about the original Rollerball? I completely forgot he was in that.
Right.
That's
what I was going to say. It seems like
I saw that a
he's
long
been
time ago.
around and he's been in a lot of stuff, but I can't remember. I mean, though outside of that handful of stuff we just talked about, and he's quality. He's a
very
quality actor.
Very good quality. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've seen a lot of his stuff either, compared to what he's been in, because they're showing a lot of different things in here. And
who else just died and they were 99?
oh yeah, he's the president in Get Smart.
Yeah?
You seen that? I mean, it's obviously not a big role. I think he's in it just at the end.
Oh.
Well, Betty White was 99 when she died.
Yeah.
But
There's
there was-
another person I just saw. They just died, and I thought I couldn't even believe they were still alive. That's how old the person was, and I was like, really?
That's funny.
Oh, who was it? I'll have to remember. You'll
We'll remember it for
you'll
another
see it.
show.
So yeah. So tell me something, Joey. What? It's been a long time since we've done a show. What movies have you seen that have kind of made an impact with you?
Well, like I told you off camera, I watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which I also said I was surprised that it got ranked so highly, 8.3 on IMDb. I had no idea. If I'd known that, I would have probably watched it sooner.
Yeah.
The 90th ranked movie of all movies. That's insane.
I liked it, but I like it's not Spike Jonze. It's that other what's his name?
I saw it and I didn't recognize the director's. Like, I didn't recognize the director.
It's the writer, Charlie Kaufman.
Oh, Charlie Kaufman, right.
Yeah, I like his stuff, but I like those offbeat stories that he's got. That's kind of up my alley. I don't like stuff that's too terribly predictable. So if it's unpredictable, I love it.
You know what I did get from the library the other day, but I haven't watched it yet, was The French Dispatch.
Oh.
Because I know that's Wes Anderson, right?
Yeah, I want to see it again.
Yeah. So I'll bring it in after I watch it, and you can...
What's an unpredictable movie? Coen Brothers, Barton Fink.
Haven't seen it.
Starring John Turturro. Okay, I'm not going to say what it is, but there was a point in the movie I was watching it. I saw it in the movie theater when it came out, and I'm watching the movie, and I was starting to get bored, and I'm like, man, if something doesn't happen soon, and as soon, like in my mind, I didn't say it out loud, but as soon as I thought, man, something's got to happen. This is getting something major freaking
happens.
turn happened. I was like, holy guacamole. So, yeah, let's see.
One I just wanted to mention. I completely forgot about this. I haven't seen this since I was a kid either. Alien Nation.
Oh my word!
Did you ever see that?
Is that the one with Lou Gossett?
It's James Caan and Mandy Patinkin. I forget. Basically, aliens are in California, and James Caan gets partnered up with Mandy. I think it's. I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Wow. Yeah, Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah.
I'm writing this down. Was it good?
I remember watching. It gets a 6.3.
No, that's watchable.
It says Los Angeles, 1991. They have come to Earth to live among us. They've learned the language, taken jobs, and tried to fit in. But there's something about them we don't know. Man, I really need to wear my glasses. But no, there's just one funny line. It's funny as hell. He meets his new partner, and he's like, I'm Joe Blow, and he's like, hi, I'm Sam Francisco, and he's like, no, I don't buy that. He's like, what? They run out of names? He's like, no, I'm gonna call you George, and George just calls him George throughout the whole movie. It's just, I don't know. It's just his personality was perfect for a role like that because he's like a hot shop cop, but he's actually, he's got like a heart of gold, but he's like, he's a jerk like that.
Right.
And like the aliens, like water is their acid, like it burns their skin off completely and stuff like that. It's worth watching.
I don't think I've seen this.
I would say.
But you know what I was thinking it was? Tell me if you've seen this movie, because I haven't seen this in years, but I remember when it came out, I thought it was an above average movie. Enemy Mine with Dennis Quaid.
and Danny Glover.
Is that who it was? I was thinking
Because he was an alien, right?
Yeah.
I think it was Dennis Quaid. Or
I was thinking
Danny
it was
Glover.
Lou Gossett, but
Oh, maybe it is Lou Gossett Jr.
yeah,
I think
it was
I
an
saw.
African American actor.
I think
and,
I saw that in high school.
Yeah, I just thought that movie was just above average when it came out. It really was something cool. Let's see, did I watch anything with aliens? No. You know what I watched again? I happen to have bought it real cheap at
It is Louis Gossett Jr. Right?
Bull Moose. At Bull Moose, they have a section there where you can buy like DVDs for 99 cents.
Right,
but
yeah.
they're out of the plastic
Right, their cases. They're
case.
Just, yeah.
They come in like an envelope or whatever, and it seems like they almost always play. So I haven't hit one that hasn't played for me. Well, I have hit one that didn't play, but I think it's my player, not the thing, and not the fault of the thing. But anyway, so every so often I see a movie and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen that in years. For 99 cents,
Yeah.
I'll watch it. $1 Million Baby.
Oh my God.
I hadn't seen it since when it came out. I saw it, and I had vague memories of it, and it was a little different than what I had remembered. But still, like a tremendous picture.
We've talked about it before. I didn't like it.
Really?
I did not like it. I mean, it got.
Oh, yeah, because of there was too much hospital stuff. Is that why?
I don't remember exactly why.
Or was it too sad?
I didn't.
Because it really, I mean, it
I'm
was
kind of
heartbreaking.
So no, it is. I mean, it gets an 8.1. It won Best Picture. He won Best Director. She won Best Actress. Morgan Freeman won Best Supporting Actor. I mean, it
Yeah, I mean,
won a ton of accolades. But
Morgan Freeman's Morgan Freeman. He's good in it. I don't think he's above average. I think she was. What's her name again?
Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank. I think she's above. I think Clint Eastwood was
Eastwood.
better than normal on that one.
I did too. He was nominated for Best Actor, but he
As
didn't
he
win.
should have been,
But
yeah.
he won Best Picture and Director.
Somebody good beat him out there. Think I looked it up, and he lost to somebody real good that year. But
Was
I
it
mean,
was it the year Jamie Foxx won for Ray?
maybe?
It might have been.
And it was good. I mean, when I watched Ray, I thought Jamie Foxx did a tremendous job.
I did
So,
too. That's another one. I didn't care for that movie though. I thought it dragged too much.
yeah.
You know,
So
like
you-
I really liked Walk the Line, which
Yeah.
came out a year after Ray. But even the beginning of that with his brother, the whole thing with his brother and stuff, I thought that kind of dragged a little. You know, once he starts really becoming like the part where he does the audition. That's an amazing scene. You know, I mean, he like transforms himself right there. Like all the guys are like, John, whatever you're about to play, we don't know, and and they just. It's just a great scene, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a really, really good movie. But, Paul Haggis wrote $1 Million Baby.
Ah.
I believe he either wrote or directed Crash, which won Best Picture of the year prior.
Ah, yeah.
So that was like back-to-back years for him.
I love that movie.
Crash?
I know that since it's been criticized as not a good choice for Best Picture, I disagree.
I disagree completely, 100%. You know another one that's in the same category that I disagree 100% with is Rain Man. Everyone says Rain Man was not Best Picture, or critics say Rain Man wasn't Best Picture.
Huh. I've watched that. Within the past year or two, I've watched Rain Man again and think it's a solid. I think it's a solid film, and it seems like the type of movie that would win Best Picture to me.
Absolutely. I mean, Crash gets a 7.8. That's pretty high. I mean, I bet Rain Man's right up there.
Yeah.
Because that movie too is a sad movie because I mean he doesn't lose his brother at the end, but he's gotta give him back. And Rain Man gets an 8.0. So I mean I think those are both. I mean I honestly would almost say they're both kind of low.
Yeah.
I'd probably rate either one of them up probably a little higher.
Yeah. And there's a guy that I feel like can elevate a movie is Tom Cruise. Now, over the years, I have not been like a huge Tom Cruise fan, but as I'm getting older, I start to realize, you know what? He could make a crappy movie good.
He can. He has.
And I think that's part of the reason why some of these movies that he's done, this year's Maverick, I think that's one of the big reasons that's making so much money.
Yeah.
And a couple years ago, I didn't see it, and I really am sorry that I didn't see it in the theater, was the Mission Impossible movie. I think it was 3 or 4.
God, I don't even know right now.
People said, when it was on the big screen, everybody said, "Oh my, that's a great big screen movie."
Is
And
that
I
the
missed
one?
it.
Is that the one where he almost fell off the skyscraper?
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you remember that?
I didn't
'Cause
see it.
He does all his own stunts, and he got hurt.
I think it is.
Going from one building to another, he slammed into the side.
Yeah.
He's for real. He's crazy. It's he doesn't care. He does all his own stunts. He always has.
Like I said, I've not been a huge fan of his over the years. I'm becoming more of a fan the more consistent he is. And I think he and I we're pretty close. Our birthdays are pretty close. He's about the same age I am. So I'm watching him like, man, is he aging or am I aging?
I was going to say, could you do that with the skyscrapers, bouncing back and forth? What do you think?
No, but I mean,
Would you try?
I would try. Yeah.
I would not try. I'm petrified of heights. I don't even
know,
like
that's
climbing
scary.
upstairs.
But if I were a movie star, I might be doing that. Here's another movie I saw. I don't know if you saw this. It was on Netflix. The Sisters Brothers. It's
Is that Joaquin Phoenix?
It is.
And John C. Reilly?
And Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay, no, I haven't. I've heard of it. I haven't seen
Right?
it.
3 actors. Doesn't that make you want to see the movie?
I like all 3 of them, yeah. Really?
I did not enjoy it. It got better. If you look it up, it got better ratings
What is it,
than
the
I would give it. But
Sisters-
I found it
The
tedious.
Sisters Brothers?
The Sisters Brothers. That's their name. They're John C. Reilly and Joaquin Phoenix are brothers, and their last name is Sisters. So, I don't know. I think it was like a European director. No, like a French director. And I think it was like his first Western that he'd ever made. And I just found it tedious.
Yeah, it gets 6.9 on IMDb.
Yeah,
I have a question. Now, how does John C. Reilly get top billing over Joaquin Phoenix?
no.
It's his name's first. I don't know how, but
They're equals in this movie. They got equal screen time. And really, as you know, we've talked about Joaquin Phoenix before on the show. One of our favorite actors, the guy that'll put our fannies in the seats. He's great again in this. He's great,
I mean, we always talk about Joker all the time, but it's shocking that it took him that long to win an Oscar.
Yeah.
I still think he possibly should have. I haven't seen Capote, so I can't really say, but I think he probably should have won for Walk the Line that year. Haven't seen Capote. I did. You finally made me watch Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
And I didn't necessarily think that was an Oscar-worthy performance by either one of the actors in that.
No.
But like I said, I didn't see Capote, and that's Philip Seymour Hoffman won that year for
Yeah,
Capote.
he was one of my favorite actors, and that's one of the few movies that he got top billing. I shouldn't say few. He's done a few, but one of the top big production.
You talk about
movies.
Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Right. Philip Seymour Hoffman has done it. He's been the lead in a couple of movies, but haven't been big.
Did you ever see Before the Devil Knows You're Dead?
Yeah,
What'd you think of that?
I liked it.
Who is that? That's the director.
I don't know. Can't tell you.
I want to say it's the guy that generally works with Viggo Mortensen. Cronenberg?
I don't think it's Cronenberg.
Is it not?
Because I'm kind of a big Cronenberg guy. Remember, I've seen every Cronenberg movie, and I thought he retired. Cronenberg's got a movie coming out, if it hasn't already.
Well, you want to do a segue into baseball? Since
Let's do some baseball, yeah.
We got the All-Star game coming up here a week from tomorrow.
Yep. And going into the season, this is pretty amazing.
Oh, it's
both
Sydney.
Joey's Yankees and my New York Mets are both, I think they're both #1 in each respective league. I
Yeah.
know the Yankees are because their record is even better than the Mets.
Sidney Lumet was the director.
Ah,
But yeah, the Yankees, they had a 4-game series this weekend with the Sox in Boston, and they ended up splitting, which was kind of disappointing because the way the Yankees started, I thought they were going to sweep them. But something Aaron Boone does that just, he sits people too much. The first game, Judge didn't play. The second game, Stanton didn't play. Donaldson didn't play till like the third or fourth game. And it's like, these guys are like grown-ups. I mean, how much money is Stanton getting paid? Play
Yeah.
him. He's a DH, for God's sakes.
right.
It's like, you mean to tell me he can't stand up in the batter's box 4 times? I mean, he's not playing the outfield. It's just,
Right.
although he's starting in the outfield in the All-Star game. Him and Judge both are.
Oh, wow. What are they playing now? They're both right fielders, aren't they?
It's the top 3 vote getters at each.
So somebody's got to play
They
center
don't
field.
they don't do left, center, and right. They just do outfielders.
Wow.
So it's just the top 3 outfielders. I forget who the other outfielder. Oh, I think it's Mike Trout. So he'll
yeah.
play center.
Yeah.
So
Okay, yeah.
but
So who's the better athlete between Giancarlo Mike and...
I have no
and
idea. I don't think either one of them's a great athlete.
That should be pretty funny.
It should be because they're both. I mean, Judge is obviously a lot bigger than Stanton, but I mean they're both really big guys. So I think it's gonna be funny to see whoever ends up playing left field. You know, because obviously the better of the two is probably gonna be in left, and they're gonna stick the other guy in right and hope that nobody comes up that hits it that way. Because I've seen Judge play outfield and he just looks confused.
Yeah.
He looks like a first baseman playing outfield. You know, it's like if you saw Mark McGwire playing outfield, you know. But yeah, so the Yankees are 61-25 at 709. They have a sizable lead in the division, 14 games over the Red Sox.
Huge.
14 games over the Sox.
And the Mets are what, like 57-32, something like that?
Let's put it this way: Baltimore is 1 game under 500, and they're in last place, which is impressive, being 1 game under 500. They're 18.5 games out of the Yankees. So let's see. The Mets are up 1.5 over Atlanta.
Yeah,
and
nice.
Atlanta's having a good year too, though.
They're coming on.
You got to remember they're defending World Series champs too.
Yeah. With Ronald Acuna, who was hurt last year, and they managed to come back anyway.
The Mets actually have the second best record in the National League. The Dodgers
Oh, Dodgers have passed them.
are 56-29 at 659 winning percentage. Mets are 53-33 at 616, which is still pretty impressive considering DeGrom's.
And Scherzer was hurt up
I mean,
until
you
this
think
week.
DeGrom's done pretty much.
Yeah, well, actually, it sounds like during his rehab, it sounds like he's going to come back. I just was not optimistic about it, even though I've got my DeGrom shirt on. Yeah, so the Mets have been doing pretty good, and they've won. It's amazing because they've won almost or tied every series they've played this year, with the exception of they played 4 games against the Houston Astros, and the Astros beat them all 4 games. They cleaned the Mets' clock.
Well,
The only team.
The Astros have the same exact record as the Dodgers, so they're tied with the second best record of baseball. So I mean, that's not like you lost to a slouch.
No.
You know, the Astros they're right there every year.
Still, I like to see the Mets, hold their own against the really good
against
teams.
the best teams, yeah.
Which they had. They had against the Dodgers or, Cardinals, anybody else. And it doesn't matter. The Mets are as good as any of them, except Houston. Houston wiped them out.
So I saw on my computer before I left to come up here, I mentioned to you that Pete Alonso has entered for the home run derby again.
That should be fun. He could win his 3rd in a row.
He's the back 2-time champ. Alonso enters derby. So I wonder if they have announced anybody else that's entering. Because
And I wonder I didn't see who the All-Stars were. I think last night at 5:30 they announced them. I'm expecting the Mets. Alonso's a lock. He'll be an All-Star.
He made the All-Stars, yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking, he might be your only All-Star.
Yeah?
I checked.
Well, pitcher-wise, the Mets should, I don't know. Scherzer's been hurt, but Scherzer's been pitched like a champ, so he could very well be one of the pitchers.
What do you have, like 10 Ks, 12 Ks in his first start?
Yeah.
Has he started since?
Yeah, he started, I think he's tonight, but he also started about a week ago, and he came back, struck out 11, and walked none. He might have let up 2 hits. It was an incredible performance. So he could be an all-star. Taiwan Walker's doing well.
How old
He's
is he?
probably an all-star.
38?
Yeah, I think he's 38. He's a beast.
He is a beast. I mean, how hard does he throw?
Oh, he gets up there. I don't think he throws 100, but he's upper 90s.
All right.
He's an amazing competitor.
I'm going to bump up. Yeah, so Ohtani was voted in as the DH, and he was also selected by the players as a pitcher for the 2nd year in a row. So Judge ended up being the highest vote getter of everybody. All right, so American League starters, you got Alejandro Kirk, Blue Jays, catcher, Vlad Jr., Blue Jays, first base, Altuve, Astros, second base, Devers, Boston, shortstop or third base, Tim Anderson, White Sox, shortstop, Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, Giancarlo Stanton, outfield, and then Shohei Ohtani is the DH. And then in the National League, you have Wilson Contreras. Oh, this was actually something that they had. Bryce Harper was voted in as the DH.
He's hurt.
But he's hurt. So Wilson Contreras is playing catcher. His brother is actually taking Bryce Harper's spot as DH. He plays for the Mets, or for the Braves. So it's going to be the first time since 1992. I'm going to ask you who it was. First time since 1992 that two brothers started on the same All-Star team together. Do you remember who the last ones were?
In 1992.
Because
okay.
I didn't think of it. I should have known it. Because I was really into baseball at the time. I mean, I've been really into baseball my whole life.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to
Isn't
think.
this good? I never even thought of it. I thought they were just going to say they're the first brothers ever. But they're not.
First brothers. I can't picture who played as brothers.
You're going to...
Pitchers? No, it's not pitchers.
No.
Oh.
Roberto Alomar and Sandy Alomar Jr.
Oh,
I
wow.
should have known that. You should have probably known that too.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of it until I saw that. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that. That's 30 years ago now.
Yeah.
So no Mets starters though.
No Mets starters. I thought Alonso would be. Who the hell? Oh, Paul Goldschmidt could beat him out.
Oh, I think he did.
He's having a tremendous season. That's the only way. I couldn't believe.
Wait, where Alonso plays first?
First, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Paul Goldschmidt. Then you got Jazz Chisholm, the Marlins second, Manny Machado, Padres third, Trey Turner, Dodgers, and then the outfield is Ronald Acuna, Mookie Betts, and Jock Peterson. And then Bryce Harper, like I said, was the DH. Yankees led everybody with 6 All-Stars.
Wow. Jock Peterson, that came out of nowhere.
Let's see, Pete Alonso, Mets, Jeff McNeil,
Yeah.
Mets. So there's 2.
Oh, all right.
Starling Marte,
He made it too.
Mets.
Oh, good for him. I like that guy.
So
I don't know if his numbers are all-star numbers. Jeff McNeil's just been great. He's been all-star-esque.
Edwin Diaz.
Yeah.
So you guys have 4. So that's pretty good.
That's not counting other pitchers.
I think one other team had 5, but that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But we are running out of time because time always goes by so fast when we talk. So we're planning on being back next week?
Yeah, it'll be Home Run Derby next weekend.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, so we'll talk about that. So this has been the Best Pictures and Best Pitchers. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler, and these are the ones you don't want to miss.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. Here's Johnny.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.